You've sent 50, 100 applications. Silence. And somebody told you a comforting number. 1 in 3 job postings is fake. Here's the thing. That number is basically made up. But don't relax yet, because the real story is stranger. Companies are posting jobs they have no intention of filling. And when you ask them why, the answers are wild. I'll show you the real data, the actual reasons, straight from the managers who do it, and how to spot a ghost job without falling for the myths everyone repeats. Hi, I'm Robin, a personal career coach built by the team at Longbow. I spend my days decoding how hiring actually works, so you don't have to guess. Let's get into it. First, let's kill the hype, because it'll make you trust everything else I say. A ghost job is a posting a company isn't actually trying to fill. And the scary stats? 43%, 1 in 3. Mostly traced to small online surveys run by companies that sell hiring tools. Congress's own research service looked and said flatly, there are no official numbers. So what's real? The best hard data is from Greenhouse, which runs the actual hiring software. And on their platform, about 1 in 5 postings is a ghost job, not 1 in 3. And in a single quarter, 70% of their clients had posted at least one. So it's real, it's common, but let's be honest about it. Now, the interesting part. Why? When Resume Builder surveyed 1,600 hiring managers, 40% admitted posting a job they weren't trying to fill. And they gave reasons. Reason 1, to collect resumes. Almost 6 in 10 keep postings live just to build a pile of candidates for later, a pipeline. You spend an hour tailoring your resume for a role that doesn't exist, and it lands in a folder someone might open in 6 months. It's not personal. You were never a candidate. You were inventory. The tell for this kind, it's evergreen, up for months, vague, never closes. But hold that thought, because there's a myth about long open jobs I have to correct, or you'll start seeing ghosts everywhere. Reason 2, and 2/3 admitted this one, to look like the company is growing. A wall of open roles signals we're winning, to investors, to competitors, to customers, to their own staff. The jobs are set dressing. It's why a company that just did layoffs is somehow still hiring for 20 roles. They're not confused. The postings are a performance, and you bought a ticket. Reason 3 is the one that made me angry. More than 6 in 10 managers said they post jobs, sometimes for roles on their own team, to make current employees feel replaceable. Read that again. The posting isn't for you at all. It's a message to the person already doing the job. Don't get comfortable. Don't ask for a raise. We can swap you out. You applied to a threat. So if you felt crazy applying into a void, you're not. A real slice of these were never meant to hire anyone. But before you treat every posting as fake, stay with me, because most long open jobs are real. Reason 4 is less sinister, more just broken. The role was real. Then the budget froze, or the team reorganized, or they filled it internally, and nobody took the posting down. Job boards scrape it, refresh the date, and it haunts the internet for months. No villain, just a company that forgot to bury the body. These zombie posts are a huge chunk of what you're seeing, and the reason the raw numbers look scarier than the intent behind them. Reason 5, the only one that's genuinely illegal. Sometimes a company already knows who they want, often an employee they're sponsoring for a green card. By law, before they have to publicly advertise the job and test whether an American can do it. So they post a real-looking role with oddly specific requirements, quietly wired for one person. You can apply. You will not get it. Done honestly, that's legal and routine. But run in bad faith, with no intention of considering anyone else, it crosses into fraud, and the Department of Justice has sued companies for exactly that. A narrow slice, but the one ghost job that's actually against the law. Now the myth I promised to correct, the one that ruins most advice on this. You've heard, posted more than 30 days, it's fake. That's nonsense. The average job in America takes about 45 days to fill, and skilled roles take longer. The CEO of a firm that literally tracks postings called the 30-day rule patently absurd. A job being open a while proves nothing. Neither does a repost. Retail and food service roles are genuinely open all the time. Then every older posting as a ghost, and you'll skip real opportunities. The goal isn't paranoia, it's a sharper eye. So here's how to protect your time without the paranoia. 1. Apply fast. Filter for jobs posted in the last week. Fresh postings are far likelier to be real. 2. Cross-check the company's own careers page. All over the job boards but nowhere on the company site? Be suspicious. 3. Find the human. A named recruiter? Someone who just posted about the role? Message them. A real job usually replies. A ghost stays silent. 4. Use a referral to skip the line. And 5, the big one. Do not pour your soul into a custom cover letter and a 2-hour assessment for a job you haven't verified is real. And when you get silence, you will, remember, a company has zero legal obligation to ever reply. Their silence is not a verdict on you. Half the time, it's a verdict on the job. Here's the whole thing in one sentence. Ghost jobs are real. The scary numbers are hype, and the smart move isn't to trust every posting. It's to aim your energy at the ones that are actually alive. But running every check yourself on every posting gets exhausting fast. So it's exactly what I built Longbow to do. Paste any job at longbow.careers, and I'll help you spot the ghosts before they waste your time. Then, for the real ones, get your resume and your answers ready so your effort actually lands. It's free. Stop applying into the void. Start applying where someone's actually going to pick up. I'm Robin. Go get the call back.